Hello, everybody. This is album night 4, and tonight I'm going to be talking about, if I can find it. Come on. Ugh. Bringing It All Back Home by Bob Dylan. Um, 1965. This is the first album that he went officially electric on. Well, okay, maybe not officially. Where should I put the light? Like right here? Maybe not officially electric, but it's his first album to feature electric songs. I would say Highway 61 Revisited, that came out in the same year after this album, is his official full electric album with um, hardly any acoustic guitar played besides Desolation Row, I guess, which is like 12 minutes of acoustic guitar. But besides the point, this is his iconic album post his Newport performance. Actually, I think this came out before his Newport performance, and then he did the Newport performance. I think so. I could totally be wrong. Um, at least I think Mr. Tambourine Man was a single by this point. Subterranean Homesick Blues was also a single by the time he did Newport, where he went electric for the first time. And people were naturally pissed because it was the first time he'd ever done that, and people didn't expect him to do that, and he didn't tell anybody he was going to do that, besides maybe a few people. Um, this is Bringing It All Back Home. Uh, this cover art, as you can see, it's almost like a fisheye lens. It's like you're looking through a keyhole of a door. Um, this woman, you may be thinking, who is she? That's not Joan Baez. You're right, that is not Joan Baez. That is Albert Grossman's wife. This is Albert Grossman's apartment, I think. Albert Grossman was Bob Dylan's manager, and he was also the manager for a ton of other folk musicians signed to Columbia at the time. Um, being Bob Dylan's manager, and I guess he just let him shoot his cover in his apartment with his wife. But there were a lot of really cool outtake covers for this album. Um, I really love this album cover. I really love it. I love the red text. I love the red and blue text, and then like her red dress, and sort of just kind of the mystical kind of golden ring around like what's around Bob and the woman. Um, it's just all super duper 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 cool. Um, anyways, there is well, I got my copy. I bought my copy from a website. I forgot. I might have been Rare Vinyl, the website, but I do. It shipped from like England. I think this copy is from England, um, and I don't. I played it last night. It holds up. I still really like Bringing It All Back Home. It's not one of my favorite Bob Dylan albums, but it's still very great. It's so unbelievably solid, and there's so much charm. There's so much youth to it, and Bob is just like he's just great all around on it. Um, the back, you can see photographs with I think that is, yeah, there's Joan. I didn't even realize Joan Baez was on the back of a Bob Dylan cover. Um, yeah, there are a few really cool photos, like this one. This is Bob with this cool little top hat on and this crowd of people. I wish I could kind of show it up close. Um, but this is him recording, and then this woman's hand is on his head, and then that's him and Joan. I don't think Joan plays on this, probably not. Um, but yeah, there's a bunch of text. I believe it's a poem. Um, actually, I don't know what it is. Yeah, 1965. Um, I don't know. But yeah, there's a lot of like story or like poems on the back of Bob Dylan albums, especially like his like 60s stuff. I think he stopped doing it like after Blonde on Blonde actually. After that he probably I think he did just liner notes, but I know for all of his folk albums he did have sort of a poem backside to the sleeves. But the track list goes Subterranean Homesick Blues, She Belongs to Me, Maggie's Farm, Love Minus Zero, No Limit, Outlaw Blues, On the Road Again, and Bob Dylan's 115th Dream. That's side A. And then side B, Mr. Tambourine Man, Gates of Eden, It's Alright Mom, Only Bleeding, and It's All Over Now, Baby Blue. So, right off the bat, the first side is electric stuff. Most of it is electric stuff. Um, Subterranean Homesick Blues is electric. Iconic song. He is singing really fast. He's singing really fast, and he sang a lot of things, and he sang them really, really well. Um, Johnny's in the basement mixing up the medicine. Um, damn it, what is it? Johnny's in the. It's hard to like say it out loud without singing. Johnny's in the basement mixing up the medicine. I'm on the pavement thinking about the government. The man in the trench coat, badge off, laid off, says he's got a bad cough, wants to get it paid off. Look out, kid, it's something you did. God knows when, but you're doing it again. Better duck down the alleyway. Looking for a new friend. Man in the coonskin cap in the pig pen wants $11 bills, but you only got 10. That's probably one of my favorite lines of the entire album. He wants $11 bills, but you only got 10. And the last line of that song, the pumps don't work because the vandals took the handles. My dad and I both really like that line. Um, that's the first song. Great song. It's only like 2 minutes. She Belongs to Me was a huge highlight to me off of first listen of this album. I love how he says the same line twice and then goes on to a new one. Uh, she's got everything she needs. She's an artist. She don't look back. She has an Egyptian ring. It sparkles before she speaks. Um, there's a lot of really great lines from that song. She's got everything she needs. She's an artist. She don't look back. Um, I Learned It on Guitar is a really neat song to play. I love that song a whole lot. Um, Maggie's Farm is the iconic. Um, Actually, here before I talk about the music, this is sort of the sleeve. It's one of those sleeves with like uh, other promotion of other albums. You can see some Billy Joel. You can see some Simon and Garfunkel. Like that's our Garfunkel. That's this album. That's Billy Joel. Uh, Bruce Springsteen. ABBA. What else? Is that? Oh no, that's Johnny Cash. Okay, that looked like a Tom Waits album. You've only got Miles. You've also got Miles Davis down here. Sketches of Spain. I have that on my vinyl too. Um, but mine is not a Columbia pressing. It's a CBS pressing. Um, but yeah, it's in stereo too. But anyways, Maggie's Farm, huge song. I don't want to work on Maggie's Farm no more. Um, I try my best to be just like I am, but everybody's telling me to be just like them. They say sing while you slave, but I just get bored. That's pretty huge of him to say, because that's probably one of the most direct moments he kind of stated, where he was like, "You guys want me to do something else, or you guys want me to do this? I'm gonna do something else." They say sing while you slave, but I just get bored. I I don't want to work on Maggie's Farm no more. I ain't gonna work on Maggie's Farm no more. Um, I don't want to work on Maggie's Farm no more. Um, Hold my hands and pray for rain. I got a head full of ideas and they're driving me insane. It's a shame the way she makes me scrub the floor. That's a great line. Maggie's Farm is great. It's fast paced. This is crazy that Bob did this. Remember that. Love Minus Zero, No Limit. That's a great song. I don't listen to it a whole lot. It's not one of my favorites. I think the live versions of that song is like way better. Outlaw Blues. Honestly, some of the electric cuts on here aren't too memorable. Like Outlaw Blues. I think that's the one where the first line is like, "Ain't it hard to stumble? Ain't it hard to stumble in some muddy lagoon?" Yeah. Um, on the road again, another electric cut. Did it why honey? I think that's when he's like did it honey, are you for real or something like that. But he says it really funnily. That's another electric cut. And then Bob Dylan's 115th Dream, a hilarious song. He talks about basically being in Christopher Columbus's um, just basically the story is Bob Dylan is Christopher Columbus. Like he had a dream that he founded America, and bowling balls are taking his feet, like going rolling down the street, knocking him off his feet. Um, feet are going through the foam, um, and there's um, and at the beginning of the song, there's sort of like a almost like an outtake where he starts singing and he like starts laughing to himself, and the producer's like, "Hey, Bob, come on." But I'm trying to what is the friggin' first lines of the song? Um, do 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 do. I can't even remember. I yelled to Captain Arab. You heard me understand. I was riding on the Mayflower when I thought I spied some land. I yelled to Captain Arab. I have you understand. Um, that's the beginning line at least. And then at the end of the song, he actually meets Christopher Columbus, and he tells Christopher Columbus good luck, which is really funny. That's kind of ironic. Um, that's side A. That's all the songs on side A. They're all mostly electric. And then you got Mr. Tambourine Man, which is Bob playing acoustic guitar, and it's Mr. Okay, well, I can't really say anything that Mr. Tambourine that hasn't been said about Mr. Tambourine Man. It's a legendary song, an iconic song, one of his best songs, one of his most poetically, um, just like genius songs. It's beautiful. Walking down the street, branded on my feet, have no one to meet. Um, city busy street, too dead for dreaming. I think he says. Um, hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. I'm not sleepy, and there is no place I'm going to. Um, People, when this came out, people thought he was talking about like a trip, like a drug trip, which is crazy. I don't know why Bob would sing that. Um, Everybody must get stoned. Gates of Eden, really great song. I couldn't tell you a line from it besides the chorus. All along the gates of Eden, all along the sides of the gates of Eden. Wah, 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 wah. That's a harmonica. It's alright, Ma. I'm not even gonna talk about this song. I think you should just listen to it. The first verse is iconic. Um, Shadow Silver's handmade blade, the child's balloon eclipses both the sun and moon. Something about you know too soon. There's no sense of trying. Each verse on that song you could unpack like in like paragraphs. It's all over now, baby blue. I love playing that song. I love singing and playing that song. I actually have a video of me playing that song. It's not one of my best covers, but yeah, it's all over now, baby blue. One of my favorites off this album. One of my favorite Bob Dylan songs in general. But that's kind of it. That's bringing it all back home. I have like 12 minutes of footage. I really need to get my storage filed out, so I am not rushed. But good night, everybody.